Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Finally, finally, finally. I am finally live this week. Hi, Carolyn. Wasn't sure if I would have anybody here with me tonight, given the week that it has been. And I am so sorry for, I'm not on, I'm not on, I'm on. Hi, Michelle. It has been a week. Can I just say? How's it been for everybody else? How have you guys been this week? I am. I am finally feeling better. Hi, Yvonne. I am. So I will tell you, I get migraines, and they are always brought on by weather. It's the barometric pressure change at this point in my life that brings them on. So I have no control over them. I'm actually on medication for migraines. I have been for many years, and that I actually take. Um, Hi, Judy. Yeah, I actually take. It's an epileptic drug. Actually, that my doctor put me on. It must be. I want to say almost 10 or 15 years ago now. So I actually take a couple of pills in the morning, a couple of pills at night because I was getting a migraine every day at one point. And they have been honestly. Hi, Susan. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that I'm finally on for you guys. Um, and so hi, Kathleen. I don't get migraines the way that I used to get them. But what I do have to deal with now is weather. And I can usually tell 24 hours in advance if we're going to get rain. It's the change in the pressure. And when we get wonky weather like we've had over the last week, where we're is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? Is it going to rain? It's not going to rain. It will usually throw me. Now, I don't typically go down where I am down and out for 24 hours the way that I used to be when I get migraines. What really threw me this week, though, it was the first week back for the summer semester at Conestoga College. And I'm teaching 3 classes over the summertime. But this week has been, and last week actually, was freaking crazy because you guys have probably heard all the talk about international students and stuff, and it has thrown the colleges and Conestoga College into, I'm going to say, it's thrown them into a tizzy in terms of how they deal with everything because the numbers have been all over the place in terms of students coming in and out. So I always know I'm going to teach either 3 or 4 classes every semester. Well, they were still changing the numbers in the classes last week. I literally got my contracts today for what I was actually teaching this week. And then last Thursday night, they called me at 6 o'clock and said, okay, we're going to actually change again. And we're going to actually give you this class, and we're going to take these 2 classes, and we're going to combine them together. And I was actually given a class I've never taught before. So that's always fun because you have to prepare all the classes and all the material and everything, and depending on who has prepped that material, it can either be really good or it can be really crappy. And it was not great material. I've been up till 3:30 and 1:30 every night this week trying to get everything prepared. So that on top of everything else, I was just really exhausted this week, and that makes migraines worse. So that is my long story for saying today I don't work on Fridays this semester, which is really nice. I have my Fridays off. And I just took today to myself, quite frankly, to feel better, to take some time to settle in, and I'm going to do that on the weekend as well. I hope everybody else has had a really good week. I'm looking forward to doing this and to playing with this beautiful paper with all of you guys. This collection is absolutely beautiful. I do love Mintay papers, I have to say. They are among my favorites. Um, and some, I mean, there can be some challenges with this kind of paper. I mean, well, first of all, when you flip through the pads and you go, I don't want to use this paper. I want to keep it in my stash and hoard it for myself, right? And when you do flip through the pads, I'm actually going to pull out 2 full pads here. So this is the collection. So when you actually look, so this is the 6x6 collection pad. And when you flip through it and you go, that's really pretty, I don't want to use it. Okay, I mean, what do you do with that pad? What do you do with that page? Like, really, what do you do with that page? That's really pretty, I don't want to use it. You know, what do you use the little squares for? That is so pretty. I just want to put it in a frame and put it on the wall, right? You don't want to use it. Those are really pretty. And it's kind of like, there has to be people who are worthy of getting this kind of paper, quite frankly, right? So, but I mean, when you do look at these papers, it's like almost how do you use them or what do you do with them? And when I find, I mean, I face the same dilemma. When you get a page like this, it's so vibrant and so gorgeous, but what do you actually do with it when you're doing something? So, and then even when you look at I love the add-on papers, even with Mintay. I mean, look, the paper is just stunning, right? On the backs, I mean, even these pages are just so gorgeous. I mean, this paper I just fell in love with too, and thought, okay, I got to do something with that paper. So, having said all that, and knowing that I've got a bunch of ones that I want to show you, let me show you what I did do. And there were the embellishments as well. So I did end up putting a little card kit or little kit together, just because it seems to be what we're doing right now to make it easy for people to say, okay, I'm going to grab that with, and what I did this time with this was, so there was a half a pad of the scrapbooking paper went in there, and a third of the add-on pack, a full package of the embellishments, a little spool of the white sheer ribbon. I loved this little ribbon here with the leaves on it, and thought it just matched the leaves in the paper so nicely, so I added some of that in. And this time I did add in some periwinkle, it's actually called pixie dust paper cardstock, and some plain white cardstock, so you can make some cards from it, and some doilies. So just a few things to just have everything in there together. And so I did make a variety of cards this time. Some of them I thought would be great for Mother's Day. Yes, there's a roll of it in the store. And you just buy it by the roll. So if you come in to see me on Monday in the store, I can sell it to you by the roll in the store, or you can order it. I mean, the ribbon isn't in the system, okay? But if you call me, so it's not, you're not able to do it by order in the store. But if you were to call me, for instance, if on say a Monday when I'm working, I could take care of that for you online, in the store, okay? If you can't get into the store, I can help you take care of that. Because it's such gorgeous, pretty ribbon. It's so beautiful. I just love it. So let me show you what I did. All right. So, when the paper is so beautiful, sometimes it's just really simple just to add a few little things. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that came with, were some of these little white flowers with the little pearls in the middle of them. And in this case, what I actually did was I actually colored them. That's the nice thing about these little ones, is I actually just colored them. So the one thing that I did add to this myself was I just had some little pearl. These are little pearl ones. Remember all those these little packages that we could get before? We have some in the store, but the purple, I don't think we have any of the purple right now. So I just added a couple of pearls. So really quick, I used the purple base. I haven't actually made all of the insides as pretty as I wanted to yet. But just really quickly, I just added some. So that's a really simple one that I did, which we'll whip together real fast. Here's what I did, and we'll do this one really fast. So the one thing I did add on, I wondered what this would look like if I added in a mirrored um, cardstock in the back. And I had wanted to maybe add a sheet of the mirrored cardstock in, and we didn't have any in stock that would match the kit. We only had like Christmas color. Like a red one, and I thought, that's not going to work. So I actually just happened to have some green at home. I didn't even have any purple myself. I actually thought I did, but I didn't. But I thought, oh, the green is kind of pretty, and it actually matched really nice. You can see how I added in the leaf ribbon on this card, and the leaf ribbon matches in here with that really pretty. And then I added some layered of the die cuts in here. So I'll show you how I did that one. Then I will show you, so I did a gatefold as well with this one here. So I'll show you how I did the gatefold, and I just added in with the sheer ribbon there. And I think actually one of the other, so I just tied it around this time, but I think actually when we do this one, I actually think I might just actually glue it in here before I put the gatefold on so that it doesn't, it's kind of cool because it kind of looks like a package wrapped up. But I think I might actually tuck the ribbon in so that it always stays on. But this is what I did on the inside. So that one sheet that I kind of thought, well, that's kind of, what would we do with that sheet? It's a little too much. I actually put a piece of vellum across it. And then I would actually cut my sentiment cardstock to go over the top of that on the inside. So that's what I did with that one. This one I just loved so much. I just made it as the front of the card and put a little sheer ribbon on the side. And I'm going to add a sentiment onto it. And so we'll do that tonight. So I just pulled this out and did it. And I'll show you what I'm going to add on to the front of this one as well. I did the same with this one. I loved this one so much. I just thought, so these were out of the add-on. I just felt that these two pieces of paper were so beautiful that I wanted to use them as the front of a card. I'm going to add a sentiment on, and I put the ribbon on the front here because it matched here as well. So I'll show you how I did that. But what I really wanted to show you, or start off by showing you, is how I did these two cards, which are twisted angle cards. So when you unfold them, they go flat like so, but when you pop them up, they're twisted angles. Okay, so if I hold this one up, that's the way it looks on the one side, that's the way it looks on the other side. When you open it up inside, so there's a sheet inside, that's the twisted angle. So it folds up on an angle like so. Okay, I did this one over here. So this is the same as this paper here, but I fussy cut it around to create the one here. And then it has the twisted angle and then opened up like so. So let me show you how I did it with this one here, okay? I think maybe what I'm going to do is come in a little closer here so you can see a little bit better what I've done. So I start off by taking one of the pieces of white cardstock, cutting it so it's a full sheet of white. Oh, that didn't work so well. And I cut it down to a 6. Thanks, Carolyn. So I cut it, the full 12 by 12 white sheet. I cut it in half to 6 by 6. And then I take it and I scored that in half. Let's see if you can see. Oh boy, doesn't like it when I get real close. Scored it in half at the 6 mark. Okay. And then what I do, let's see if I can pull out an example here. I'm going to take that, and I found the best way to do this, quite honestly, was rather than using my scoring board, was to take my cutting board, or my trimmer, but my scoring board tool, And I'm going to put the card, so it's with the textured linen face up. I need to score it from, well, I'm not used to having this so close up, but I've been thinking I've been doing these too far away from you guys, so that I'm trying to think maybe you need to see these things closer up. I need to score it from this diagonally, from this corner down to this corner, just at the score line. So I'm going to put it in my, so I'm going to use this line here, which is the cutting line, but it's also a score line. So I'm going to put the paper. So I've got my fold line here for the the card fold right there. And I'm going to make sure that I am in here from fold line here to fold line at the top. Okay? And I'm going to use the line here to score diagonally. I found that worked way better than trying to fight with my scoreboard to get a diagonal angle. All right? Did you see how I did that? I can't see it on the... So I'll show you. I did it on the purple. I wonder if you'll be able to see that better. Where did I do it on the... Yeah, I did it on the purple one. You might be able to see the line better on the purple one. Can you see the line better? Right across there? Boy, it's hard to see it on any of these, isn't it? Well, you can kind of see it there. See the line coming down? Hi, Lori! So the line goes right down like that. All right? And again, I put it in and just went on the diagonal. And I scored it down like so, from corner to corner. So now, I'm actually going to pull back. I like to do my folding right in my folding. I like to be able to brace it and to fold it. Where's my scoring tool? I'm going to score on the fold. Maybe I do need to pull it. I'm so used to... I have my little slide. I had to switch mats. I was playing with my Better Press before, and I was cleaning my Better Press, and the lid popped off of the archival cleaner and went all over my desk. And thank goodness it didn't ruin anything, but I had a big mess to clean up. So I had to swap out my mats, and I normally have kind of a grippy mat underneath, so this one doesn't slide all over the place. Okay, so I've got my card fold here. Now, when you look at the card and the way that it folds in. Okay, you know what? I gotta pull out. It folds in, okay? So we're gonna do the fold that way. So I want to fold in. Okay, what did I just set that down? Okay. So if you look at the front of our card, it's as if I folded the bottom part in, okay? Bottom part in and up to the top, like so, all right? Because that's the part that's gonna fold in like that, in half like that. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to pull, and you can do this with any papers in the pad that you want to use. But what you have to remember, hi Dale, is that when you pull a paper, you have to choose a paper that is going to work with the two halves that you have. Some of the papers will not work, and I'll show you what I mean. I had initially cut, if I can find where I I thought this paper would make a really nice, so this was the paper. I thought this one would make a really nice folded card, but it doesn't work when you try to do the folding, because that's not the way the card's going to fold for you. It's going to end up going like that. So the sides aren't going to work the way that you want them to. So you have to pick a paper that will allow you to have a top here and a bottom here. All right. So that's why I ended up with the one that I did, which is the one with the horse on the bottom. Another one that could work would be that, oh, hang on a second. No, that one won't work because that is the one that I cut in half and it wouldn't work. You could use this one, the plain one. This is the one I used right here. You could probably use this one as well. I just wasn't sure I wanted to cut. I knew that I wanted to do a different card with that. So what we now have to do with this one is to cut it on the diagonal as well. So you kind of have to take your heart into your throat as you go. I'm going to now take this and I'm going to cut it on the diagonal. So you got to make sure you're lining that up. Just so. Line it up from corner to corner, top to bottom. And cut. So I've got a top and a bottom now, okay? Now, I did not foam mount this, okay? This is just completely flat. It's in there, all right? Just gonna take, and I'm, oh, my glue gun's way over here. And I'm gonna glue that right on to the card. And I'm gonna start up here at the top. Now the thing about mounting these on, you gotta make sure that you get it right to the edge. Because you want these to match, right? So go slow, and this is where I have some issues. You want it to line up. And to match up. You don't want it to go over the edge of where it's going to fold, right? It's got to clear, but you also want, you don't want a big honking space in the middle, because you don't want it to look like, so I think in fact that maybe I'm going to come and start at the line here and go out. Make sure it folds okay. Okay. All right. And then I will glue the other side. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start in the middle. You want to make sure that where patterns are. So for instance, I've got some leaves up here. I've got some lilacs down here. I'm trying to match. I got some I'm trying to match them. Okay, so you can see that gluing it together, it looks like it's one card again, but it's gonna fold. Okay. Tricky. Okay. So that's all in there like that. Now, if I do anything else on the front, because I did a little bit of finishing, I'm going to go to the inside. And I pulled from the pad the hearts, because you actually want a paper that you like on the inside, because when you open it up, you're going to see that paper, right? And this is hard to decide because you don't want it to be too busy, but you also don't want to lose your cut aparts. Like, you could use the knitted one there, but if you do that, you're going to lose your cut aparts there. So it was really hard to decide which paper to choose. So I went with the purple hearts here. It's that paper on the other side, which wouldn't have worked. And I used that there because really when you look through the pad and you kind of go, I don't want to, I mean, you could try to decide what you were going to use there. This one I looked at, but for me that was too much of a pattern up against the prettiness of this. So I'm going to cut this to 6 by 6. And I'm just going to glue this to the inside. Make sure you've got the hearts right side up because there is a pattern. Hello, Annabella. So nice to see you here. Okay. Oh, didn't quite line up there. There we go. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Perfect. Okay. So then, because the card needs to have something to catch it there, you can choose anything you want. So you've got two ways you could go here. In the pad, there's a sheet of these, which are all of these little cut apart little squares, and they would make great little pieces to go in here. I actually chose to go with a die cut, and there are so many to choose from. No. And actually, guys, save this piece, the back card, because you can use it for the inside of another card. I'll show you. I was actually playing, and this is what I was doing. I was playing, I distressed the edges, and I cut out the top. Okay, so I used, on this one, the Lilac. And it's the standalone Lilac rather than the one in the bunch. So it's this one here that I put in. I just liked the way. And so you want it to be, I just tucked it right down here in the corner because it's big enough that it will actually set it in the exact right spot. When you open it up, you can put a sentiment card right up here and do your writing. You can also do a whole bunch of writing over here if you wanted to. So I actually used foam tape. Oh, don't want to lose that. To go on the back here. Because we need the foam tape to bump it up. Make that a little bit smaller. That's awesome. Well, now it's interesting because normally I would have been on Wednesday night and I had to keep moving it this week. So look at that. Made it good for you. So let's do this like this. Get it in there. And then you can pop like a note, or you can put a sentiment thing. I'm just going to show you how much room you have to put something there. So when you open it up, it stands like so, and you can see how the card stays open like it's like that. Okay, so let's go back outside here and finish it up. So one of the things that I did here was I took my Distress Oxide and Villainous Potion, and I just did the edges of the card. I just wanted to edge it and give it a little bit of a finished. I like to do that too, just in case the card doesn't quite line up exactly and you got a little bit of white. I find it when I do this, then it will completely cover it. And I'm going to go around the whole card, actually, inside and out. Just to finish it off. Now, what I will say, I would normally do every edge, but we will not do the fold edge, the twisted angle edge. Okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute. We do not want to show. Just going to do this edge here. Do this back edge. I always think nobody's going to be around on a Friday night. I thought I might be sitting here talking to myself tonight, actually. Okay. I don't want to do this edge here. So normally I would do all my edges. I'm not doing that edge there. I don't want to broadcast that there's an edge there. I want it to disappear when the card is closed. Okay? And if I put the purple on there, you would see that. Okay, I'm going to zoom in again now, guys. So I am going to now put a couple of finishing. I'm going to pull a big pink butterfly. There's a little pink butterfly right here. I'm actually going to put a bigger one over top of it. I'm actually going to do that with just some foam dots on here, one on either side of the butterfly wing. Just to give a little dimension. And that was actually the only additional one I did there. Now, I will say to you, this was an interesting pattern that they did. They added white cats and white horses, okay? If you were a person who does not like white horses, you could take any of the other, if you really didn't like the white horse, you could take any of the other die cuts and you could cover that horse up, okay? So know that you could put something else in there if you wanted to, if it bugged you, all right? The other thing that I did do was I took some little white pearls, or actually not white pearls, I took little purple ones, and I'm going to pop them. I think I need to spend some time in my craft room this weekend in my craft studio cleaning. I can hear things falling behind me. I always like to do threes when I'm doing my pearls. Put one there. Put one there. Give me your flip over. I love these color. There. And that's all oh, lucky you, Dale. Where's your cottage, Dale? So that's what I did to do this card. All right. So now, when you open it up, it stands like that. All right? Pretty cool. Oh. So you see how it's on an angle when you've got it all done. So I did the same, that is the same technique that I did here. The only thing, okay, I'm going to move this one out of the way. The only thing I did was I took this paper and I fussy cut it, okay? So I fussy cut it along the edge here and along the edge here. And I applied it along the purple, and I took the doily and I cut it in half and I applied it in the middle so that I could get the doily in the center, and then I put the little white flowers in here. And then I put some little pearls in here as well. Just added some of the little pearls in. Exact same format. I took one of the other pieces of paper from the pad, put it on the inside, and I chose another lilac to go in there. Miller Lake. Where's Miller Lake? So my cottage used to be 20 minutes north of Huntsville. So I know that way. I don't, are you like Peterborough way? Is that Peterborough way? So that's the exact same way of doing that card. The reason I decided to try this one is I wanted to try going over, going over the edge, having something kind of hang over the edge a little bit. And I actually, I wanted to put a little bit of the purple edging on this one. So I moved it in from the edge a little bit on both sides. And I distressed the edge a little bit. You can see I distressed the edge a little, just to give it so that it wasn't so, so perfect and pristine, just to give it another little bit of a different look to it. So that's what I did with that one. Okay, so let me show you. Let me do this one, the green one. So with this one, okay, basic white card. Oh no, that's a folded one. Just give me a basic white card here. A plain white card. Nope, the folded one. I do like this white cardstock for making. This is that cardstock that comes in the 60 pieces in one of it's the AC cardstock. Okay, so then I took, where is the little square that I cut? This one here. And this color is, so it's Craft Tonic. It's a Craft Perfect. It's Tonic Mirror Card, and it's called Smooth Mint. So this is mirror card. It's satin. It's got a satin finish. There's so many different finishes in that stuff. It's unbelievable. So I did foam mount this one on. So we're going to foam mount this on. Just when I was making this, I wanted to try putting some mirror cardstock on behind and seeing how it would work in behind these cards. And I love this paper. It's just gorgeous. Okay, how does everybody else cut their foam tape off the big rolls. Anybody else have? The green is not in the kit. I'm going to tell you, I had hoped we would have some in the store. We didn't. So when we put the kits together, this is my stash from home, and it's just what I had at home, to be quite honest. I should ask Heather if we can get some in the store. I'll ask her about trying to get some. Okay, Yvonne? Because it just works so nicely with this. So I'll ask her. I'll send her an email and see if she can get us some. It's one of those things, really, until you start creating and putting the cards together, you don't know what is going to work until you play. Okay, so I'm pulling out this cardstock, this one here, which is all the brightly colored, and I just took off a sliver from each side. So I'm cutting a 1/4 of an inch off. Should I do it off of all the sides or just, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. No, I keep going to. Yeah, I did it off of all 4 sides. Okay. So I did that off of all 4 sides, and then I'm foam mounting this on as well. The green foil is just so pretty, isn't it? I'll also check and see if there's a really dark purple. I only had a really light one, and it just didn't look right. It's got to be the right color, or it just throws the whole card color off, as you guys all know. Okay. Always got to make sure I'm opening the card the right way. Yeah, I think a dark purple. So I'll show you the one that I had. This is the one I had. I have a piece out. I should have a piece out somewhere. It's called Soft Oh, you can't see. It's too light. It needs to be darker to show some contrast, which is interesting because this is lighter, but I think because it's green. Okay, so this paper goes a particular way, although you can't really tell. Then what I did, okay, I'm going to glue the leaf. I put the leaf down the side like so. Back an angle here. I'm going to use my special. Oh, that would be really cool. Doing 3 layers would be awesome. I like that idea. I'm going to do this. These are my special fabric and ribbon cutting scissors. If anybody touches them, they die. So and I found that if I put the glue down first and then went back, laid the ribbon down. And then I actually took my tweezers and I lifted each leaf up and put a dab of glue under them. I don't want to do that. Ugh. Did you find that this foil paper does not like to have glue on it? Guys, that was all off camera, sorry. So I just laid that all down. I think there's a little there. So then I pulled out, is that the right clock? Clock. I pulled out the fat little bird. I pulled out the bird cage. Little pink butterfly. Where's the bird cage? It's the big bird cage I want. Big bird cage. I need the little bird. Little bird, little bird. Little bird. I want a single flower. And I want the books with the teacup. Oh, other one. There's such a good selection in here of all the different die cuts. Where is books? Books. Well, where are you, books? This one. That's the one I want. Okay. So I am going to start, and I put pop dots on all of these, or foam dots. I want to layer them all. Oh, yep, sorry guys. I tell ya, I'm used to being further zoomed out. One more up here. So I've got to have it up here at the top here. Oh, it would help if I took the little thingies off the back. I'm going to put that right up there. And then we're going to put the books. I'm going to use the other foam dots. The bigger ones. It can handle bigger ones. I'm going to layer that in right about there. I think we'll put the clock right about here. Ah! Just dropped it on the floor. That's not good. I found I had to look at the clock to see what the 12 was before I stuck it down last time. There we go. Okay, go away, kitty. You're going to end up on the page. So I'm going to put this little guy right there. kind of want them there, and his little buddy is going to go up on the other side, up near the top. We'll put him up here. I'm going to put a rose right there. There, and I'm going to put a butterfly down here. With the butterflies, I put a tiny little one on each wing. Just like so. I'm going to make it landing on the books, like so. So that's where I've got all the little guys on there. Sometimes you kind of look at the backgrounds and go, it's so gorgeous, but how do you actually work with it on a card? And I when I was playing with it, I thought, okay, we're gonna pull some things up and out of it. So now I'm going to put some. I think I'm gonna do one here. I always like to do my pearls in threes, and I think we're gonna do one here, and I'm gonna do one down here. I'm just going to kind of tuck them in there. Just one, yep. There. There. And one right in here. Either threes or fives. So there we go. There's that one done. I'm not going to worry about the inside on this one. I would finish it with lots of different ways. But so that's how I've done that one. So looking at the time, but I think that what I will do, I did just want to pop onto these ones a couple of, maybe just to show how, what I did was I just took the paper off these pads, cut them down to 6 by 6, added them on, added the ribbon, and I just thought by as simple as a hooray, you're always so thought, birthday hugs, what else could I, so these are the pink fresh ones, or you know, if you made some yourself, you were amazing, remember that, it's your day, cheers, sending love on your special day. What else do I have? Yay, Yahoo, surprise. These are some of the better pressed ones I made, but I think I like these ones. Okay, just a note to say hello. Okay, that one I'm going to pull out too. Okay, so what do I have here? Hooray, it's kind of pretty. Okay, where's the other one? This one here. This one I think can take a bigger one. Just a note to say hello. Sending love. Nope. I think it needs to be down here. Yep, I think that one will go in there. That one works good on there. Okay, that's the one that's going on there. You need that tool? Do you mean this one? My pretty sparkly one? I can't even remember where I got it. It's a Studio Katya one. It's pretty. okay, so it's a jewel picker. There are so many different jewel pickers. This is one I got at the store one time. It's got a pointy thing on the end. I think I have 3 or 4 different jewel pickers. This is the one I always go back to because it's so pretty. I like pretty things. I'll show you. Today, I just got this. I love pretty things. I always look for pretty things to go on my table. This is just a simple little vase glass. It's got a bee with a queen. It's a queen bee glass. And I'm using it to hold the tools that I'm using tonight. Has anybody been to, is that the right way? Yeah. Bearded Barista in Rockwood? That's where I got that. I went there today. I treated myself. I went to the beard. So if you have not been there, it is Christmas year round. It's a cafe that is Christmas year round. And they have the most amazing goodies. Lattes, teas, all that kind of stuff. So see, you can take the gorgeous paper and add one of these, just a little gold foil sentiment. Put the little ribbon on there. I was at the end of the roll, so I didn't tie. I just wanted to make it really, really simple. And look at how beautiful that is, right? Just simple. I did actually edge it with the purple, and it's done. How easy is that? Okay, so what am I going to put on this one? Hooray. I think maybe the gold works. Sometimes I think silver. Silver worked better on the other one, but there might be... No, the gold works. The gold might work. What are the other sentiments? Just because you're so great. That was me this week. Take a deep breath. Well, that's kind of pretty on there. Woohoo, woohoo. I don't know if I want something so square. I think that's too square for this card. Just a note to say hello. That's kind of pretty. Nope. Nope, too much. I like that. I think I like that one. Oh, take a deep breath suits it. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I like that one. You're absolutely. Which one were you saying, Michelle? Do you like that one? Take a deep breath. Yeah, I think it suits it with the leaves and the... I like that one. You're right. Do you know what? Do you guys ever think... Okay, so here we are. We make all these cards. We send them to everybody else. Do you ever think, I wish somebody would send me one? We do it for everybody else because that's the kind of people we are, right? And we need people to send us cards. Oh, I have to tell you, I have the most gorgeous lilacs in my backyard. I didn't plant them. When I moved into my house, the people had actually just done all this yard work and then they moved. And they planted all these beautiful lilacs in my backyard. So I'm very, you know what? Let me finish one thought before I move on to the next one. I'm very fortunate because they're all starting to come into bloom now. And I am so fortunate because they're absolutely gorgeous. Take a deep breath. Okay. I'm quite happy with that. That looks really, really pretty. Yeah, that's good. Although maybe actually, hang on a second. I'm not done yet. Maybe. But I think, okay, let's put these away. I don't want too much. But I feel like it need, okay, you know what? Not those. Those are too much. I was going to color them purple, but I think they're too much. Oh, Grander says she can't make them always Grander. I was just thinking that maybe what we need to do is to start a little club. Maybe we need to start a little club amongst ourselves. Those of us that would be interested, that we actually start out, we share our names and we send cards to each other. Maybe that's what we should do. That might be kind of nice. Maybe. Let me see how this might look. Is that too much? What do you guys think? Okay, Michelle, was that about the cards or is that about the beads? I think that that's what we should do. We should start a little club where I'll get kind of a little group of us, so that might be interesting. No, you don't want cards? No, don't do this. Don't do that. Just leave that. Leave it, the leaves on their own. Leave it like that. Okay. Not a fan of where the beads are. Okay, so just leave it like that. Okay. So what, do I need any beads? Leave it. Just leave it. Do I put... Any beads at all, or just leave it? Do you like the 3 that I just added in, or no? No beads? Take the beads out? Beads out? And leave it? No beads. Leave it. All right, ladies, I'm leaving it like it is. Okay, that one's done. I like it when you help me. Sometimes it needs to be a team effort. Okay. So, it is 5 after 8. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I think, I'm just trying to see here. Okay, the only one I didn't do was the gatefold. You want me to do the gatefold real fast? Or do you guys know how to do a gatefold? It's not rocket science. Or do you want me to do it? Like the random tree. We're all over the place. Okay. Okay. I can do the gatefold real fast. Okay. So, gatefold. It's the 6. Sorry, if I hold it down. It's cutting a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock in half and then scoring it at 3 and scoring it at 9. So they fold and let. No, the vellum is not part of the kit. Vellum is something I had at home. Okay? And the reason I added that in, as I'll show you, I made the decision to, let me show you let me score this from scratch. Do I have a piece of plain here? So let me show you how I do the scoring. So clear my way here. So I'm going to do this. So this is 12 by 6, okay? Put it in here. I'm going to score it at, okay, I've got the textured side up. I'm going to score it at 9 going to score it at 3. Do not score it at 6. That's what I always do, okay? So I always have to go back and redo it. So actually, I was just looking here. I thought I had one here, but that's actually what I did. I actually scored it in the middle, and you don't want to do that because you want to fold it there on the 9, and you want to fold it on the 3 to get your gate fold. That's how you get your gate fold, okay? So now the pieces of paper that I used here, where's my pad? I used this is the inside. It's really quite a busy piece. And when you put it inside, you actually have to trim a little bit off the side to get it to fit properly inside. Then it will fit and you'll be able to close it. Okay? And do I need to cut a little bit off the bottom? No, I think it's okay off that way. Maybe I will just to make sure. Because there's a little bit of glue on the top. So I'm going to cut just a little bit. But if you, this is such, sometimes it's strange. Like, why do you want to have the kitchen, everything in the kitchen sink kind of, but it's very, very vibrant. Yeah, it's true. But part of the thing is, why would you really put that in a card? So what I did is I put the vellum over the top just to take it back a little bit, just to not make it so heavy. All right. And that way, I think, because you're going to want to maybe put a sentiment in there, or maybe not, because you can actually put your sentiments down the sides. It softens it. That's exactly right. So let me start. I'm going to glue on the inside that piece. I have to say, I absolutely love this glue gun. As I've said before, I wasn't sure I was going to, but I do have to say I do. I do have arthritis in my fingers, my hands, and that's from playing sports in high school and junior high. Isn't that funny? You measure it and you fold it and it's just a little bit wonky. Oh well. So when I put this vellum in, I just dabbed a little bit in the corners. And I'm going to put a little bit right on the white shelf. It dries clear. You don't need much. And you're just going to line. So I cut the vellum a little bit less than 6 by 6. And you can see it just goes over the top. Okay? So then when it opens up, it's like that. Then the piece that goes on the front is this one. Okay, it's the one with the little table. I find the best way to actually pull the paper out from the pad is to pull down. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to cut this 3 inches, okay? Because you need it to go on each gatefold. Piece and piece. So half and half on each side. So, and again, I am not foam mounting these, I'm gluing them straight on. Wow. That one did not fold quite right, and it's bugging me a little bit. Don't know why it didn't fold right. Okay. Can you see me? So we'll do one side. Get out of my way, sending you strength. I'm going to start at the edge and go back. Because this is another one where we want it to match in the middle. Turn it upside down. I was going to put the ribbon on the inside, on the inside of the before I glued it this time. Can I get it in there? First glued. Okay, it's the one side. So this is the piece that I had used before. This time I am sticking it in and I should have stuck it under further, but I'm going to try it this way, see if it'll work. Oh, I don't think I got it. Nuts. Ugh, I may not get this. Oh, maybe it's going to go there. Maybe I can get it up there. There. Okay. And then what I will do is my fabric scissors. Okay, so now I pulled did a pair of boots. Where are you? A pair of boots. And a pink butterfly and a little bird. It's a pink butterfly, and I put the pink butterfly on the branch. And there's a pair. Oh, there's a little bird. Little bird's going to go up here on the. Where are you, boots? There we go. It's not those ones. It's the ones that turn the other way. Decent. I'm going to put them down here. Now we could put. Will this one fit on here? I could cut that in half. Fluttering by to say hi. I'm going to do that. So this sentiment, okay, so I made this sentiment on my, yep, gonna do that right now. There you go, Dale. Um, Sorry, I was fiddling around with trying to get the ribbon in. So what I did, so last time I tied the ribbon around. This time, oh, I have tucked it in and glued it in on the side so that it can tie around. So I'm going to tuck these boots. I got glue stuck to my hands. And I'm going to foam mount them. And they are going to go down here in the corner. I'm going to take this little pink butterfly. And I'm going to stick him up here on a branch, on an angle. I'm going to take this little bird here. And I'm going to put him up there on the line that's hanging up here. Now, did you know that there's no purple Better Press ink? I was looking for purple. I think, so I did this with the Better Press. And I think what I'm going to do is cut this in half. Fluttering by. To say hi. Do it like that. I'm going to take off a little bit off that end. And I think I will edge these in purple. If I can find, here it is. Just so that they're not quite so stark. So they need to come out with a Better Press ink in purple, like a darker purple. Okay. I don't want to cover up too much. It's too bad that wasn't. It's too bad I can't swap them. Oh, good thought. Very good thought, Dale. Okay, let's tie the ribbon and see what happens, and then we'll figure out. Thank you. So if I tie the ribbon. Ugh, my fingers don't want to move tonight. Roughly. So it does need to be up here somewhere. Say hi. this ribbon better. For picture's sake, anyways. Oh, my fingers don't want to work tonight. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay. There we go. Ribbon's a little long, but I can cut it. There. There. All right. Fluttering by to say hi. Okay, guys. I think that's where we will end it for tonight. So, we made these cards. Oh, could put another little sentiment up in here. Something like that. Anything could go. I mean, this could be a Mother's Day card. It could be anything. I'm not going to worry about it because it could be whatever we want it to be. Let me get this out of the way. We did this one. We did put title on that one. That's the one we did. And I showed you. So we did a few little cards tonight. Thanks for joining me tonight. Good. I'm glad. Have some fun. I'm going to pull out now so that you guys can see them all. Have some fun tonight. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be back. So it'll be 2 weeks. And I'm going to be playing with the new Graphic 45 Flights of Fancy. So it's all the beautiful butterflies. And hopefully that paper, I know the paper was in. There's going to be a little kit for it as well. With some cardstock. I've chosen some peachy and some turquoise cardstock. It's gorgeous, and we'll be doing some more beautiful stuff with that. So thanks again. Have a great weekend. Make sure you get into your studio, take some time for yourself. Okay? Talk again soon, guys. Yeah, I'm going to make some cards. I'm going to make some cards, Yvonne.